Hey everybody, how's it going? So today we're checking out the Midi commander from Meloaudio. It's a foot switch for guitar players, works with various different software plugins as well as hardware. So you can get this going with, AxeFX 2 or an AxeFX or a Kemper or Jam Up Pro, that sort of thing. And it's also got 2 custom modes so you can set it up how you like. Now the Midi commander has 10 switches, 4 on the bottom for changing patches, 4 on top for switching effects in and out, and 2 at the sides for switching banks. To change modes on the Midi commander is simply power it up and hold down one of the buttons and you can switch from AxeFX to Kemper to Jam Up Pro to BiasFX or to a custom patch as well. What I like about this, it's light, but it's rock freaking solid. It's made of metal. You can throw this in your gig bag, bring it to shows, and it will survive. That is really cool. It's got a little door in the back here for AA power. Now what's really cool about this is it's got a USB port in front, not only for connecting to your computer to control various software programs, but you can also use just your standard USB charger plug as a power source, so that's really cool. Honestly, this is the first time I've seen something like this, and I honestly wish I could see more guitar pedals being powered by USB power instead of, the standard 9-volt and whatnot, because it just seems like this is universal. You can find these anywhere. You can find these in a dollar store, whereas, a 9-volt transformer might not be something you're going to see all over the place. So major props for the convenience factor on this. That's really cool. Oh yeah, and I mentioned it's only 149 bucks. This thing's a freaking steal. Once again, made of steel and the price is of steel. Very cool. So I've got the Midi commander hooked directly into Windows via the USB connection, and Windows had absolutely no problem finding it, and the PRS Archon desktop app that I'm using right now had absolutely no problem finding it whatsoever, and it gives us some pretty cool functionality. Like on the clean channel here, we've got a switchable overdrive. And what's also great is you get a bright switch. Pretty cool. And you also get channel switching with a gate. Just switch that right on and off. Very cool. Just having a foot switch available to be able to do stuff like that and not have to reach for a mouse, that's great. I really do like the functionality of this. Now, I'd love to show this with BiasFX 2, but unfortunately I haven't implemented the Midi on that yet. That is coming in a future update. It does work very well with BiasFX version 1 though. So if you're a Bias user, you might want to check that out. This is a great way to get a cheap foot switch going and get much better control over your software. Okay, so one of the big attractions for the Midi commander is the fact that it's compatible with the AxeFX. I want to thank my friend Cody Grimes for lending me this. He's got an older AxeFX Ultra. I've got it turned off right now because the fan noise is pretty insane. I'm sure it's great for live. In the studio here, it's pretty annoying. Now, one of my biggest gripes with the AxeFX when I did my AxeFX versus the real deal video back in 2014 was the price of the foot switch. It was astronomical. It was, quite frankly, utterly ridiculous how much they were asking for it. And here we are in 2019 and not much has changed. Even the most bare bones foot switch is still gonna cost you $499. Are they serious? 499 bucks for a freaking foot switch. Okay, the Midi commander is 149 bucks. Let's crank this thing up here. Let's see what it can do. Now, what's really cool is I've added a volume pedal in here. I've got just a cheap Moog volume pedal that I picked up for like 99 bucks or something like that. And depending on what port you put it into, it'll work as either a volume pedal or a wah. This is great. This is going to give you functionality. You can switch between your various patches. Let's see if I can do this and get this right. Obviously that patch is a little louder. A little bit of echo. Ooh. And I can just switch banks like so. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's not actually going to switch until I tell it to. That's pretty neat. But we can use this to switch various effects in and out, I do believe. First and foremost, though, the #1 button here is going to bring up your tuner here and just get good to go. That's kind of neat. Cool. And again, I just want to go back to bank 1A and get it here. That's got a bit of echo and a wah-wah going. Oh, man. Now, most of the time, I'll admit, I probably want this as a volume pedal, not as a wah, but then again, these little side foot nut rockers are going to cost you next to nothing, so it's not a big deal to even if you want to get 2 of them. But just having a volume, it's pretty cool. How's it going to look for, say, eerie cleans? Pretty cool. But yeah, just having super quick access to all your functions is pretty damn cool. Now, if I pull up the software that goes with the AxeFX, obviously I can custom program a bunch of different patches and set them up for the various functions in the Midi commander. That's pretty cool. But like I said, I like the idea of just being able to switch the delay in and out on #3 here. And there we go, you know, the gates in there, that kind of thing. And yeah, it's really freaking cool. And again, I love that, you know, just hit a switch for the tuner and you're good to go. That's kind of awesome, actually. All right, so that's the Midi commander. Obviously, you're going to use it in way better ways than I ever possibly could, because let's be honest here, I am not a great guitar player. I'm a studio engineer first, but you're going to find really cool things to do with this. I like the fact that it's compatible with so many different systems, not just bias effects, but the PRS Archon, that's not even listed. I found some cool functions on that. That was pretty neat, actually. I like the fact that you can control a Kemper with this, and of course an AxeFX, and you know, still have money left over to pay your rent if you buy one of these. Now, if you're playing desktop-based guitar amp sim software, one of these really does make a lot of sense, as you can keep your hands on your guitar instead of on the mouse to change patches and all that stuff. It just saves a lot of grief. The price is kind of a no-brainer as well. You can pick one up on Amazon.com for a whopping 149 bucks. That's not bad at all, especially given the solid construction. This thing you can throw in your gig bag and it will last, so that's really freaking cool. Anyway, links in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and I am freaking out of here.